Hello lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been on in a while. I actually debated on whether to record and post this video or not. I usually like to keep my channel positive and fun. Right now that's really hard to do in the world with everything going on right now. Obviously, I'm in my regular spot at home. Me and Hector are both feeling fine. We have not had any health issues, luckily. To those of you who have been infected or know somebody who has, I'm very sorry. You know, it must be really hard. I just wanted to pop on really quick and just basically check in. So it doesn't bother me to be quarantined necessarily. Technically an only child, so I spent pretty much my whole life by myself. I really don't have a lot of friends here in Colorado, so I didn't really, do much before this anyway. I was pretty much by myself a lot, so that aspect doesn't bother me. It's just other things that have. Luckily, I am considered an essential employee, so I have been going to work at my normal place and my normal scheduled hours and everything, so I'm very thankful for that. Last week we did have a little bit of bad news. Hector works in construction, so he told me that they might not be working for a couple weeks or so. That kind of did not put me in a good place. A couple years ago, we were in a bad place, a bad situation like that too, with one of his other jobs. We were struggling financially, so I knew exactly what that felt like, and it was feeling like that again. So I'm very sorry to whoever this has impacted their jobs. I totally understand, as we have been in that situation before. I understand that fear of, how are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to pay our rent? How are we going to get food? You basically try to find any way that you can to support yourself or, try to make ends meet pretty much. Actually did get some good news this week. At the end of this week, it turns out that Hector will be working for a hospital or like a clinic or something, so he's now considered an essential employee as well. So luckily that didn't happen the way that we were thinking that it would. As everybody knows by now, my wedding is at the end of May, supposed to be anyway. When we heard the news of no large gatherings, we got really concerned about that we would have to postpone or change our date. This is something that came to like a shocker to me. I really didn't think that it would come to this point. Like with everything shutting down and with businesses shutting down and everything, I honestly didn't see that coming. I mean, obviously nobody did, but I thought everything was just gonna go as planned, and like right now I should be getting the rest of my checklist done. But unfortunately I can't do that. Our city did shut down and they did issue a stay-at-home order until April 11th. So pretty much what is happening now is that we are going forward with our date right now because it seems like our venues and vendors are still on board. I actually got an email the other day from our venue just with our final checklist and everything, so we're just waiting it out in April and seeing what happens, if they continue the ban or if they lift it, because half of my guests are out of state. So that was just one of our concerns too, is the travel. We're just kind of sitting ducks right now. We're just kind of in limbo. I had to stop planning for a while because we weren't sure what was happening. That's kind of put a damper in my mood. The next part also is I really haven't been doing well mentally. My physical health is perfectly fine. I do have previous mental conditions already, So this has made it even worse. The past couple of weeks, it's just been kind of one hit after another, and it's just been kind of getting me down. It's been very hard for me to get out of bed and do normal things like cook or clean or, just simple things like that. My coping mechanism has been to stay in bed and binge Once Upon a Time on Netflix. I have been limiting my exposure to media. I only spend, probably 5-10 minutes on Facebook, checking the updates, make sure I haven't missed anything. Me and Hector have just been staying inside. I have been social distancing these past couple of weeks. We actually kind of started a little earlier. When we heard the news, we have been taking care of ourselves, washing our hands, not hoarding anything. We've only gone to the grocery store when we absolutely need something. We did stock up on water and essentials. We are only taking what we need, and of course there are other people out there that need it more than us, such as the elderly or susceptible people, or low-income people who only get their checks at a certain time of the month. So we do realize that, and so we are trying to be respectful of other people as well, which I encourage everybody to do in this hard time that we are all going through. I'm hoping to get out of this bad mental space here soon, and I know that others have it way worse than me. This is how I feel in this moment. Hopefully everything will smooth out soon. I am not good with uncertainty. I'm a person who likes to know. I'm not really good in these kinds of situations. I've never seen anything like this my whole life. I know there was like SARS and stuff back in the early 2000s and stuff, but it was never like this. I know everybody's experiencing it differently. I know everybody has their own struggles. I know a couple of people who are susceptible in the susceptible group. Been making sure that they're safe and that they have everything that they need. I guess now that it's been spread to Mexico, Hector has been concerned about his family as well, and his mom have been messaging back and forth, so that's good. Hopefully we will get out of this soon and everything will try to go back to normal. I hope all of you guys out there are safe. And if you are going through some rough times or some struggles, I am so sorry that you guys have to go through that, and I really do send my condolences to everybody out there. Anything that I say, when I try to say when I'm upset or something, this too shall pass. So if you guys just want to watch my other videos, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and scroll through any of my other videos, and hopefully I will see you guys soon with better news.